Men, hey, how you doing, Wakanda? Hey, how you doing, Relentlessly Me? Want to talk about the fact that Black women and their trusting nature is really why these things are happening. Also, a lot of Black women and their desperation to try to keep a man. To be honest with you, I know that sounds hard to hear, but that also has a lot to do with the reason why this is happening to Black women as well. And having intercourse with men and not requiring them to be tested before you allow them access. Also, not recognizing the signs of DL men, bi men, and even just a lot of Black women now, due to slim pickings, Black women being more open to dating bi men, or entertaining DL men or men that seem to be a little bit zesty, because G men and bi men make up the largest demographic of HIV diagnosis consistently, and it's always been that way. So, and when you think about why Black women are being infected at a rate that is 10 times higher than white T women, you have to ask yourself, why is that? There is a reason and a cause for that. And the cause is the type of men that Black women are choosing to entertain. And also something that goes on in the community that we like to fake the funk about. Like right now, where we try to act like, no disrespect, but Black men are the most masculine men. They're the most, they're the manliest and all of that. Not realizing that a lot of the manly men that a lot of Black women like to get bent over. And that right there is the single greatest risk factor during having intercourse. Having backdoor intercourse is the riskiest way because it's easy to get HIV that way. That is a medical fact. So don't be mad at me for saying a medical fact. So when you have all of these things that Black women are doing specifically, and it's not saying that it's right, because I just watched a doctor, a nurse practitioner, talk about this young Black woman that was 29 that had been married for 3 years and got HIV from her husband, and found out that her husband was engaging in male on male contact, and that's how he gave it to her. And then she didn't even know. She thought that it was just the two of them. So I do think that it's very important to talk about this, because a lot of Black women are being affected by this. Now, it may not be you listening and it may not be me talking, but it's happening to a lot of Black women. And it's terrible to get a disease from someone and you're not even doing anything. They get the disease and bring it back to you, and you were only being faithful to them. That's terrible. And the majority of Black women that are being infected by Black men. Like, this is a fact. They're being infected by Black men, and they're being infected by Black men that are not being honest. And that's why I say that it's, people always say that, like, oh, Black women, y'all always calling these men zesty, sassy, GAY. Y'all shouldn't be doing that because that's weaponizing a man's sexuality. But these men that get on these live panels and they talk about women so bad, they're always talking about women's makeup, women's hair, women's lashes. They act like they hate women so bad, but they still sleep with women. Those are men that are closeted. And when these pick-me's get with these men, and it's not saying that you have to be a pick-me to get infected. That's not true. But what I'm saying is, a lot of time these pick-me's and other women get with these men that they see show problematic behavior and think, oh, no, it's just he doesn't like the rest of these women, but he like me. No, he doesn't. He doesn't like women. And he's using you as a front while he goes out there and gets his back blown out by Bubba. And then brings back all of those, the bum bumps to you. And that is something really that we as Black women have really got to talk about, because this is affecting a lot of Black women's lives for real. Like their lives for real, like they're being infected with something that they can never get cure. Something that they can never get over. And sometimes in certain people it can be controlled, absolutely. But in some other people, it can't be. I don't know if y'all know that girl, like she looks like she's like a light-skinned biracial. She has HIV or whatever. And she was like bedridden, and now she uses like a walker. She's fairly young too. She uses a walker, and she doesn't even know who she got infected by. So, I mean, these things are very important to talk about, like honestly and truly, like for real. And I really hope I can get some more people in here, because this is important, man. Like for real. It really is important. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. And as much as people talk about like, oh, there aren't any more pick-me's, there are a lot of women that think that the best way to get a man on the hook is intercourse. I can't tell you how many videos that I see of women talking about, oh, I met this guy at the club, I went home with him, I enjoyed myself. Are you dumb? You think in 2026 you should be out here having intercourse with a man that you haven't vetted at the doctor? Like you think it's cool in 2026 to be out here sleeping, having one night stands with people, sleeping with people that you don't even know their middle or last name, doing random hookups in your car, his car? I can't tell you how many Black women I've seen on this app tell these stories, and I'm sitting there looking at them like, huh? And a lot of times the smex is unprotected. So you're just playing with your life. Playing with your life, and you don't even care. So I just want to say that it's very important to be able to recognize the signs of a DL man. It's also very important to not entertain bi men. I don't care what anyone says. Life is all about reducing risk. If you know that G men and bi men and men that sleep with other men make up the highest demographic of people that get HIV and AIDS, why would you ever, as a woman, entertain a man knowingly that engages in that type of high risk behavior? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? I've literally seen Black women commenting underneath bi men's posts and videos. Oh, I would give you a chance. I would talk to you. You're sexy. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Honestly, are you dumb? Why would you want to engage with the person that can exponentially increase your risk of getting a disease that you cannot get over? I don't understand that. Black women are so accepting when it comes to everybody else but other Black women, but that's something else to talk about. Like, anywho, if anybody wants to talk about this, if y'all have any stories, stats, facts to add to this, you definitely can send me a request. Thanks so much, Burfin. Thank you. Yeah, so like I said, Black women that are single, that are not partnered, you should definitely abstain from smex. Black women, if you are married, you should definitely make sure that whoever you are with is trustworthy and you're checking up on them. Like people will be like, oh, I trust my husband. I've never checked on him. I've never, I don't believe that you should have complete faith in anyone. I just don't. I mean, you can feel like somebody would never do something, but I still feel like you should always keep your thinking cap on. because I feel like the story that I just told you that I just saw of the woman that was married for 3 years and husband was on a DL and infected her. I'm not trying to victim blame, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to do that because I'm not. But I just feel like you didn't see no signs in all of that time, because I don't believe that men are that smart as far as covering their tracks. So, and I don't believe that you should be with somebody that you don't have the password to their phone, the password to their stuff. Like, if they're not willing to give that to you, they're on some BS. And I don't care if people talk about, oh no, I trust my man, I need my privacy. Well, if you need your privacy from somebody that's inside you, then I really feel like, what are you talking about? Huh? Like, what privacy are you having? So I really do feel like as a woman in a relationship with the men, you should definitely make sure that you have their passwords and information that you can check. And it's like some guy in the comments said, nobody's getting my password. That's cool. If you're not giving your password, that's fine. A woman shouldn't entertain you though, Frank. A woman shouldn't entertain you. The minute you said that, she should be like, okay, cool, bye. And she should mean it and get rid of you. Like, and she should have never even gave you enough opportunity for it to even matter. So she shouldn't have had intercourse with you or anything like that. So it should be really easy for her to say no. For her to tell you to get wrong.
Greetings, host. Host, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, do you think body count matters when it comes to these types of conversation? Because from the prompts, right, a lot of BLK women do like a guy that's experienced. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but it also plays a contributing factor that you can't be with every guy that's community D, because those guys that are community Ds never need a doctor. They've said that now, I don't need no doctor, I'm okay. So do you think that, when getting to vet a man, like vetting as well, vetting comes into a place, because do you think when you're getting to vet a man, you should always ask about the body counts and about, how, you know, how many times have you been tested, and how many relationships have you had? Because that can also play a contributing factor as well of why BLK women catch new HIV cases.
Okay, so I feel like on the other flip side of this, black men make up the highest amount of HIV cases as well. And it is difficult for a man to get infected with HIV having regular intercourse with a woman the regular way, right? So that means that all of these black men that are getting these cases are doing something else. And I think you know what that is, with other men. So my thing is that there's a lot of things that black women can do. And I said this earlier too. First of all, I don't believe that black women should be having intercourse with anybody outside of marriage. It's just too risky. Beyond people talking about religious factors, religious reasons, it has, for some people that could mean something, but it should be more about your protection and your safety. And I think a man's body count matters. I don't think a woman's does, because a woman always has the opportunity. There are so many opportunities women have to have intercourse. A woman that's 80 could, somebody would do it, because men are just that nasty. But if you talk to a man and he has a high body count, that is a man that I feel like should be disqualified. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the man could not have something and not have a high body count, because a lot of black men are engaging in male on male intercourse. That is just the case. Like, you see all of these black men that hate black women, that have something to say about them. Black women are this, black women are that, women are this, women are that. Those men hate women. And I can guarantee you that those men in the right circumstances are getting their, Bucci cats blown out. And that's exactly the reason why black women are getting the diseases that they're getting. Black women aren't just spontaneously having HIV. A lot of black men, way more than black men would like to admit, are on the DL and are having intercourse with other men. Because once again, that's the easiest way that you can get it. It's more difficult for a man to contract HIV during a vaginal intercourse. So an anal intercourse is the riskiest way through smacks that a man can get it. So men are giving it to women, black men are giving it to black women, and a lot of black men are engaging with other men and they're not willing to say it. So
Yeah, but would
beyond
you not
body
say?
count, you know what I'm
Would
saying?
you
We have
not
to
wait?
look
Wait,
at these.
but man, would you not say those? Okay, so an average BLK man, he works in Walmart and he's studying. He's not getting attention like an average Pookie and Ray Ray. More Pookie and Ray Rays are getting more attention from BLK
Pookies
women
and
than
Ray Rays
an av-
aren't getting
an
more
average
attention.
BLK
And
woman.
I
Yeah,
need you to
yeah,
stop.
but this is
I
what I'm
need you to
saying. Wait,
stop. I need you to stop. But you want to say Pookie and Ray Rays, like all of you guys are Pookies and Ray Rays. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're all Pookies and Ray Rays. It's not like there's a differentiation between a poor Pookie, a rich Pookie, a middle income Pookie. Like, all of these men are doing things like this. All of these men are cheating. All of these men are being unfaithful. All of these men are engaging with other men. So I don't know why you're trying to make it to like a classist situation. Like black women are just and then it's so crazy when y'all say Pookie and Ray Ray, because when black women come up here and they say, oh, I want to be like Shira Seven. I want to get a man with money. I want to have a man that's educated. Y'all go out of your way to tell black women that they're not worthy of any of those things. Oh, black women, nobody wants you, or you're ugly, you're wearing wigs, you're nappy headed, you're fat, you're this, you're that, and the third, and tell black women that they don't deserve those high value, quote unquote, high value men, or men that are not Pookies and Ray Rays. So which is it? Are black women only
Pookies and Ray
deserving of
Rays are
Pookies
the,
and Ray Rays, or are black women deserving of these high value men? Because any black woman that I ever see go viral for saying that she has some standards, regardless of what she looks like, all I see is a whole bunch of black men tearing her to pieces and telling her that she doesn't deserve anything. So
the host,
make
the
it make
host.
sense.
What the host? You see, so for a person like myself, right, I go for natural black women. I don't do the bust downs and all of that because I have a preference, right? So I feel like people should be allowed to stick to their preferences. Like me, I always stick to my preferences, right? But the problem is, right, when a lot of she's paused. Can you hear me, host?
Yeah, is that you in the picture? Or is this you
Who,
in the
me?
profile photo?
No, it's not. It's not me.
Okay.
Yeah. So so when I have a preference, right, I usually stick by it. I don't go for what majority will be okay women
Okay,
way. I
I'm
don't do
not.
that.
What does
Okay,
this
so
got to do with
no,
HIV?
okay. No, what I'm saying is right. What I'm saying is having a preference and um learning about the person's past is important. A lot of BOK women don't really know how to vet a man. Like, let's be
And a
realistic.
lot of
Most of
BOK
them,
men don't know how to vet a woman. A lot of BOK
yeah,
men don't know how to vet a
and you're
woman.
not wrong. You're not
Are
wrong.
you
You're not
married?
wrong.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married yet. I
Have
want
you
to get
been in
married,
a
but I have to find.
relationship before?
Yeah, I have, but that was a while ago.
Okay,
I'm
so
still
then you don't know how to vet women. So I don't think
No,
that
no,
we
no.
should be
It's
talking
not.
about something
No,
that
man,
you can't
man,
do.
you can't say that.
Oh,
But
I
man, you
can
can't
say
say
that. I
that.
can say
But
that.
man,
And I
how
don't
can you
think that
say
you
that
should
when
be
I'm looking
talking
for?
about it. I
Wait,
don't think you should be talking about it. I think I can talk about it though, because I've been married for 16 years to the same man, to the same person.
so man,
So
man,
I think I can talk about it. I know how to vet, but you don't. So I don't think that you
but
should be
man,
talking about black women and how they vet and who they vet and the type of men that they choose, because you don't know. You're not a black woman.
man.
You don't have a vagina. You don't know what black women are doing, what their choices are to making. The only thing that you can say is that if you try to holler at a black woman and she told you no, then you may feel that she vets wrong, but you may not be the type of man
That's
that
not
she likes.
true.
She may think that
No,
you're
no, that's not
ugly.
true,
She may
man.
think that you
Man,
don't
that's
have a
not
good
true.
body. She may think that you're too short. She may not like your personality. I'm not going to make this about bashing black women, because that's
I'm
not what
not
this is
bashing
about.
anyone.
So I don't know
I'm
what
not
you
bashing
thought this
anyone.
this prompt
I
was.
am not
Don't
bashing
interrupt
any.
me. Don't interrupt me. I don't know what you thought this was, but this isn't that. So if you want to talk about the fact that you, sir, are probably single because you like to get your Bucci cat played with, and that's the reason why you decided to come up here to throw it off onto black women, because you like to get
That's not true.
long
What I'm
stroked,
saying.
then maybe let's talk about it. But I'm not going to talk
That's not
about black
true.
women with you. And I'm not going to, let's talk about your body count. How many people have
Okay.
you slept with? Let's talk about
Oh, I
that.
don't sleep
Since
around.
you
I don't
want to,
sleep
how many
around.
people have you slept with?
I don't sleep
How many
around.
people have you slept with? Are you a virgin then?
Under five.
Are you a
Under
virgin?
five.
Are you a virgin?
Under
Yes or no?
five.
Are you a
I'm not a
virgin?
virgin. I'm under
Are you a
five.
virgin?
I'm
You
not a
are?
virgin.
You're
No,
virgin?
I'm not a
Okay, great.
virgin.
Then go ahead and go somewhere else. Get out of here. Because why are you talking about HIV if you're abstinent, celibate, whatever, you're a virgin? There's no reason for you to talk to me about anything. Just keep up the good work, keep doing what you're doing, and keep using Rosie Palmer, your hand, and then you'll be protected and you don't have to worry about HIV. What are we talking about? Huh? Like, honestly. Like, what? Like, that's not what we're gonna talk about. Like, all right. Let's see here. The real MVP says, why you mad? I'm not mad. What I don't like is people trying to come up here and not talk about the prompt and then try to find some way to bash black women. Y'all are so dumb. Y'all act like I don't understand that that's what you're trying to do. Talk about, oh, this is an interesting prompt. I can guarantee you, if I said, why do black men lead in new HIV cases in men, that man would have never came up here. That man would have never came up here. Okay? So let's talk about that. But let me block the real MVP. I'm gonna block you. Get out of here. Goodbye. So now you can't even listen because you shouldn't have said that to me. All right. No, you didn't talk about the prompt. Sorry, good 3,000. No, you didn't. Okay, let me keep going. I'm gonna add 2 more people up here. Please talk about the prompt, or I will have to drop you, unfortunately. Okay.
Why
Yes,
do
you
black
do.
women lead new HIV cases? Because they
Okay, let me
eat.
drop you. Let me drop you. Oops, sorry. You thought you was about to say something, didn't you? You big dusty. Like, you sound dusty. The first thing I heard was ashiness and dust and brokenness. Okay. Let me go ahead and block you too. You heard that? Did y'all hear that dust? Did y'all hear that dust? Oh my goodness. Somebody said so he was right. No, he was right about your mama, but I'm gonna block you too. All right. Let me keep going. No, I'm not asking the question to matter answers. What I'm saying is that y'all think I'm stupid. That man was about to say something bad about black women. The reason why black women lead in HIV cases is because a lot of you dudes are GAY. Y'all engage in backdoor play, and then y'all go and bring that stuff right home to your girlfriend or wife. Like, what are we talking about? I just mentioned that there was a black woman, a nurse practitioner. He's telling a story about a 29-year-old married woman that's been married for 3 years that got HIV, came in with flu symptoms, swollen lymph nodes, and diarrhea, and they do a rapid test on her, and she has HIV. And her husband never said anything to her. They bring him in for testing, and he finally admits the truth that he has been engaging with men behind her back. That is what's going on. Like, I don't know why it's so hard to admit that. Like, it's I don't know. Of course, black women can there's ways that they can protect themselves, but to be honest with you, the best way that black women could protect themselves would be to stay away from black men, because black men lead and black men are infecting them. Okay, what is this person? Commander, go ahead.
Well, I thank you for your post. It's very informative. And you say that black men are the leading cause of giving disease to our sisters. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, black men lead on the male side in new HIV diagnosis, and black women lead on the women's side. So if black women are not born with HIV, someone's giving it to them. And seeing as though black women are having sex with black men the most, that's how they're getting it. Absolutely.
Okay,
And
so
it's
can you
harder for
say,
black men it's harder for men in general to get HIV from vaginal intercourse. The easiest
okay,
way for a man to get HIV is through anal intercourse. So yes, that's where it's coming from.
okay, so can't the woman choose to wear a rubber?
Absolutely. But once again,
Okay,
the story
so
that I just told you was of a woman
I
that was
I
married.
hear your
Who's
story.
wearing a rubber while they're married? Huh? Have you always used a rubber? Or have you
Well,
always had
no,
protected
I
intercourse?
I didn't use a rubber in my marriage till after.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
didn't
then you
use a
could have
rubber
gotten
into
something
my
too.
marriage until after my wife tried to kill my son.
Okay, well then
So
you got to
after
say
that,
unalive. You got to say unalive. So
oh,
you
I'm
clearly
sorry.
have some issues with black women, right? So you got
No,
to
I
go.
don't have.
Have a great day. Because anytime they come up here and they start talking about some, well, with my black wife, she took all the last Captain Crunches out of the house and ate them. And now I hate black women. Oh, I remember when my wife, she got mad at me for cheating and she broke up all of my stuff. The black women's, like, you can't even have a functional conversation without you trauma dumping on me. I don't care about your wife, and I don't care about your wife trying to unalive your son, nor do I even believe that that's true. You talk about use a rubber, and that's such a like a vulgar term. Anyway, rubber. Like, how old are you? 60? Who says rubber? Like, if somebody said rubber, like, I wouldn't even want to do it no more. Like, you got a rubber? Like, you know what? Ew. Bye. Yuck. Yuck. Okay. Oh my goodness. This person, Claude Pierre, says, get your passport, fellas. Exactly. Please get it. Go. And give those diseases to the ladies that y'all been doing abroad. But let me block you. Bye, sir. All right. Let me let this lady speak. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I mean, go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry. Ma'am, go
You
ahead.
good, sis. Honestly, I thought that he was the one hosting the panel. I was about to get real irritated. But knowing that someone with common sense is the one that's hosting the panel, absolutely, I love it. Why do women, or your black women specifically, lead in HIV cases? I've noticed it's a lot of times because these men don't like getting tested. There should be no reason why I ask somebody if I can see their my chart and they tell me the last time they got an STD test was 2 years ago. What do you mean? You're active right now and you don't get tested at all? That's really what it is. These people, they go out, they have unprotected, any type of unprotected, situations, and then they go on to do the next one, and then they never ever want to put in any type of protection because they can get on PrEP. Any straight man can get on PrEP. It is not a gay preventative thing. It is for anybody who wants to be sexually active regularly. They refuse to take these steps because they either feel like it's too much or they feel like they ain't got to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to take the extra step to make sure that them and themselves are safe. And I think that's really the biggest issue. And then we're stuck, since most women are asymptomatic, we're stuck without knowing that we have these things for years and years sometimes, which is even worse. Because a lot of times when you get HIV, it doesn't just pop up automatically. It takes a lot of time.
All right. I got you. And I think that there was some ladies in the comments that made a great point about the guy that was up here, Commander, how he said that he started using a rubber after his wife tried to unalive his child. So keep in mind that Commander had such low standards and such poor parenting that he was willing to penetrate a woman after he says that she allegedly tried to unalive his child. Can y'all
That's even
imagine?
crazier.
Can y'all imagine if a black woman had come up here and said that she still had sex with a man that tried to unalive her child? She would be all type of the worst black woman, the worst mother. This is the reason why black people, this, that, and the third. But a man can come up here and say something so crazy, so nuts, bro. And people just be like, yeah, okay.
They're like,
What?
oh, that there's something wrong with that woman, but it's never what was wrong with you that would
Exactly.
even lead you to continue on that. Because that's the first thing I'm gonna think about. Yeah, she's however she is. You accepted it though. You
Exactly.
tolerated it,
Exactly.
and you was
Exactly.
in it for having fun. Having fun.
Exactly. That's so true. Like that was just really, really crazy. But it's funny to me that anytime I talk about something where it is affecting black women and black men perceive it to be negative, or they perceive it to be like a safe space to come and abuse and bash black women, they come up here and try to say something. And it's crazy because that lets me know how many pick-me's are around in this world, because you hear my voice, you know that I'm a black woman, and you feel like because I said this, it's a space for you to bash black women. Never that, Negro. Never that. I would never let any of you dust buckets come up here and dog out black women. I would never let you do it. Period. I would never let you do it. Even if it's a situation where we're talking about black women protecting themselves or something like that, I would never let you ashies do it. And I really want y'all to know that. So don't even send me a request. Like, y'all can send me a request, but just be easy. This isn't a space for you to bash black women at all. And if you're not prepared to take criticism directed towards you and your brethren as well, then don't even come up. Don't even come up. That's exactly why the other men wanted to leave. Cause it's like, oh, okay. Oh, and I appreciate the girl that came up here. I see she dropped, but appreciate you for coming up, sis. All right, let me go here to 77. Go ahead, 77.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love your topics, and I really wanted to touch on this because I feel like a lot of people, especially like you said, young men, don't want to take, or no, the young woman that was up here, don't want to take the initiative to take care of their health, getting on PrEP, getting tested regularly because it make them feel dirty, and it's like, you know, why should I? And I feel like a lot of these men, I've dated a man that was DL last year. There are a lot of men that are gay out here and be sleeping with these women, and you feel me? like then they catch something, and I'm not even gonna lie, like you feel me, like it's been close people to me like catching stuff like this, and it's like you feel me, like y'all really got to be careful and aware because of like a lot of men be lying, a lot of men be fucking lying, and like I ain't gonna lie, like it's just a sad case to see, like you feel me, it's a sad case to see, but then like I'm not even gonna lie, like we as women, we also have to be responsible. We know these men are dirty. Keep it. We either be celibate or keep it wrapped up. But like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you feel me? Like it's a sad case, and I'm glad that you touching on this topic because I've been getting downloads from God about this topic. So I really thank you for touching on this topic. I'm gonna let you get this started.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sis. All right, let me go next up here. I think Smoke was next, and then we'll go to Gazer. Go ahead, Smoke. You there? You have something to say?
I just feel like it's a lack of accountability.
What?
You know, to impute that men are the reason why black women are leading in HIV
Who
cases
are
is
okay, so let me hold on.
disingenuous.
Let me ask you a question. Do black
Y'all
women
just
start off with
sluts.
HIV? Yes or no? Do black women start off with HIV or do they get it from somebody?
Y'all not leading in
Do
HIV
once
rates
again,
because of
do
men.
do
It's
black
because y'all
women
being
get it from
sluts.
somebody? Your mama's a slut. How about that? Your mother's a slut. And so are you. And that's exactly what I mean. Do you see, like, I don't understand what's wrong with black men. Like, it's literally something mentally wrong with y'all. You want to come up here and call black women sluts, and I literally said, like, I asked you a question, and it's like I even didn't even register that you said sluts until because I was so busy trying to ask you a question. But I realized that a lot of y'all are so emotionally unregulated that y'all can't have a conversation without bashing black women or disrespecting black women. Like, because I don't know you, Negro. I have done nothing to you, but you want to come up here and call all black women sluts. And that's the reason why y'all are miserable, bitter, and broke. And at the bottom of the totem pole because of y'all behavior. It doesn't make any sense. I like, do you have a daughter? Do you have a sister? Do you have a mother? Do you have female relative that you would want to protect and make sure that they don't get these things? It seems like you would be better. Like you're at the bottom, Smoke. Look at your voice. You sound like you live in a hood on a pallet in your grandma's house. Got your body sticking to the plastic that she still has on her couch. Like I already know that you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And I know that you ugly too. And if you're not, please send me a request back up and turn your camera on. I will let you come back up here, even though you said that, and just turn your camera on and let me see your face. I can guarantee you that you're just as ugly as your voice sounds. You know what I'm saying? But let me just block you. I'm gonna send you a request real quick, Smoke. Are you trying to come up here and turn your camera on or not? Since you're so much better, let me see. Show me, prove me wrong, Smoke. I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. Smoke, 10 seconds. Come up here real quick, just like you came up here and called black women the S word. Come up here and let me see your face. And let me see that you winning and that you're not on the bottom. That you're at the top. Please, let me see.
Exactly.
I will easily be able to see if you're on the top. Just go ahead and send me. I sent your request, sir. Let me go click on your name again to see if you accepted it or you rejected it. Oh, you rejected it. I thought that you would because you know you're just as ugly as I said you were. And you're just as broke as I said you were. But I'm going to go ahead and block you now. Have a nice life, sir. But once again, this is what I'm saying about black men. We're talking about black women and he's trying to make it like nobody, how are you not holding accountability when we're talking about black women protecting themselves? That's how I know y'all just hear these words and these terms and then y'all just want to go with it. This is the pinnacle of accountability. Right here, talking about how black women can protect themselves from being a victim because a lot of black women are victims of this. That's what I'm talking about. But y'all are saying, making it like it's black women's. Black women don't start off with HIV, sir. So they're getting it from somebody, right? And who are they getting it from? Statistically, this isn't my fact. This isn't a feeling. It's a fact. They're getting it from black men. Like, that's a fact, bro. And a lot of times they're getting it from closeted men like Smoke. They hate women because I want y'all to know something. If a man is so unhinged that he will get in a live and call all black women sluts, knowing that he was born from a black woman, knowing that he probably has a sister, a daughter, a aunt, whatever, that's a man that hates women. And if you hate women that much, I promise you, it's just a perfect storm where you're over there getting bent or doing the bending. You letting that man deep stroke your Bucci cat because you hate women that much that you want to look for love, affection, sexuality in another man. And that's just a fact. And that's the reason why black women are getting HIV, because there are so many black men that are confused sexually. You hate women. You know that you do. You know that you like dick, but you're ashamed for liking dick. And so you keep bringing that dirty dick back to this woman and she doesn't even know. That is a fact, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Men that are G or bi lead in HIV diagnosis. That's the reason why black women lead, because the black women that lead are straight. So what does that mean? Okay, you piece it together. Anyway, let me just keep going. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
No, you fine. I'm just, I'm listening to a lot of the things you're saying, and really these are things that I have also like questioned. My thing is, are they calling a slut because of the image that is betrayed in a lot of these new rappers and things like that? Because I promise you, your mama, your sister, your cousins don't be acting like that. Like they need to like I don't know if that's where they're getting it from and that's why they paint that image. And I understand that there are some promiscuous women out there. I get that. I understand that. But for the ladies that are out there that are like that, please protect yourself. Please make sure you understand that these men really just don't give a damn. And for the men out there, this ain't about the men right now, but I'm hoping for everybody to just protect themselves. But at the end of the day, I always question myself because we are the lowest in the community. Black folks are, we're pretty much the lowest percentage. And I wonder, like, I always question, like, is it because the majority, we're already the lowest group. And then on top of it, we are really high in the LGBT. Could that be a reason why we're seeing a lot of these cases pop up? But then I think, well, then a lot of those people that are in the LGBT, I'm pretty sure they are aware of PrEP and they have came out, so they're okay with their sexuality. And then that touches bases on the DL people. So my thing is with DL men, like I know that we are like a lot of black men are locked up, and I know that's where they do a lot of like things in there while they're locked up. And the reason why they go back to back is because they got, several boyfriends in there. Like I've heard stories like from close people in my life where they will purposely go back to jail because they want to see their boyfriends again, but then they bring that back and it's just not fair. It's just not right. But I also understand that we have to, as women, have to take accountability in that. But I see where you going, sis, because you're like, well, who's giving it to us? So it's just all around like a double-edged sword. And it's just something has to stop. So I just wanted to say that, but keep doing what you're doing. I like your platform. I like your background, and just keep doing what you're doing because it really just helps spread awareness, and that's what we need the most.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. I appreciate you, sis. And somebody in the comments said that black women don't lead into HIV cases. I'm sorry that the prompt is not more clear. I mean that black women lead in new HIV cases for women and women alone. The top HIV diagnosis amongst everybody are G men and bi men that are black. They make up the highest percentage. And if you want to take race out of it, G men are men that sleep with men. But even in the G men that or bi men that sleep with men, black men lead in that. They make up the highest percentage. So black women just lead in women. So, but the number one out of everybody are G or bi black men. So if you need like a breakdown that way, and this is absolutely correct. Y'all can look it up. Okay, so let me go over here to this person, Hugh. Hugh a lot. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hey.
So I think it's a combination of multiple factors. I think it's the culture that's a problem. Baddies. I don't watch it. I've seen a few episodes. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't watch it like that. Baddies, Cardi B, like this type of culture. And of course this is an all black culture, right? I'm just talking about
Cardi
specifically,
B is
right?
not black.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying there's black women who support her. I'm not saying she's black, but I'm just saying that's a part of like the 304 culture, if that makes sense. I couldn't think of anybody else. So basically, what I'm saying is that I think there's cultural reasons. I think there's a lot of childhood trauma. Like if people were, I don't know if I could say the word, but the M word, they become hypersexual. I would also say, in the black community, parents not actually teaching their daughters about safe smex, or like, oh well, this girl is just fast, or they're just downplaying it, things of that nature. And I think we want to have like this freedom, but we don't want to have the consequences. And I think it's also being afraid of actually getting tested. So I think there's a multitude of factors, but it's really sad. It's really sad.
Okay, all right, I got you. The only problem that I really have is that when people talk about like it's the culture, like about like black people are just inherently more sexual than others, as if white men are not out here sleeping with children and animals at the highest rates and doing all other type of debauched acts, like as if their wayward penises are not the reason why we have STDs right now. What I think it is not the culture. What it is that we have a demographic of men that black women choose to still engage with and sleep with, black men that are closeted, and they are at a high risk factor, and they're going and they're bringing that right back to black women. And I think that black women still are deeply male centered, and black men as a collective have in their music and everywhere else have told black women that they don't have any worth or value than what's between their legs. And so black women are willing to do anything to get these men's attention. And not vetting them, not taking them to the clinic, not doing anything like that. And these men, these black men, a lot of them are in denial about their sexuality. They like penis, they like dick, and they don't like women. They hate women. And they're engaging with men behind the scenes, but they're using these black women as fronts. And so black women are being infected. And but I do find it turns me off a little bit when we just always talk about like the culture as if white tea girls ain't out here busting it open, ain't out here sucking dick, ain't out here being thoughts and boppers. But I think that a lot of white women know what they're getting into when it comes to sexuality and white tea men, because white tea men aren't as caught up sexually when it comes to men on men. Like, you know how we have these rigid standards for masculinity when it comes to black men. So there are a lot of black men that may not feel comfortable ensuring that they're gay or they're bi. But white tea men play them weird G games with each other and all of that stuff. So I think it's easier for white tea women to see like, oh, okay, I'm not messing with him because he on that funny business. But a lot of black men will put this role forth, and a lot of black women that aren't paying attention don't know, and they become a victim. Not to mention in black in there's just a lack of and then we're not even going to talk about the lack of healthcare and money and things like that a lot of people can't afford to be tested, even though I feel like in most places you should be able to. That, like, I mean, I have health insurance or whatever, but I think that there are a lot of like clinics, if I'm not mistaken, where people can also get tested, and maybe a lot of people don't take advantage of that. But yeah. And I've never watched an episode of Baddies because that is destructive to the black community. So that's part of the problem. Any type of supporting them, even though I don't think that watching Baddies is a correlation to black women leading in HIV cases. I think that's crazy. All right,
That's
so let me.
not. Well, can I clarify?
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just
you got a
using
minute.
that as okay. I'm just using that as an example. When I say culture, I'm not saying that means black women are the problem inherently. I'm saying there's a culture of parents not teaching their kids about sexual things and calling little black girls fast, sweeping the M word underneath the carpet. So when I said baddies, I'm just saying that's an example. I've seen people, black women, audition when I'm just scrolling on TikTok for baddies or whatever. So I'm just giving my observation. I'm not literally saying because they watch baddies they lead to HIV. That is not what I'm saying. I'm also saying that I'm not saying white people are perfect either. That's not what I said at all. I'm saying that there's factors, and it does involve the culture to some degree. I'm not blaming it wholly on that, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind. So I just wanted to clarify that.
All right, I got you. All right, let me go next up here to I think this person was first. Jikla.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Let me start your timer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's a lot of different factors. Like with, you can talk about access to resources, economics, all that different stuff. But one thing I hear that's brought up, like I've seen like similar like conversations brought up with this. People leave out, people don't show the, responsibility and like sexuality is like two different things, and like people make them synonymous. You know what I'm saying? Like sexuality can be like this, and this, whatever they choose and all that, but they can still be a responsible person. So I think it more so falls under like somebody just being reckless. Like it's a reckless man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of what it falls under. Cause it's like you start looking at like, okay, it's a man that act like this, or it's a man like this and that. It's like, nah, the man is irresponsible, reckless. So, and then you could go deeper with it. Like, if you look at most black cities, how many guys is it? You know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, like what's really going on with that, you know what I'm saying? You could, but people don't want to like actually look at it like that. I see like it's always, I hear DL and all this different stuff and all that, but it's like, like, it's reckless. Like, it's like, what's the person's character?
I mean, I think maybe you weren't here earlier. Okay. So black women don't start off with HIV, but black women lead in the new HIV cases for women. Now, out of the whole of the biggest diagnoses of HIV are G or bi black men that sleep with other men. So and it's more difficult for a man to get HIV from vaginal intercourse. The easiest way for a man to get HIV is through backdoor intercourse. So if you have all of these black women leading amongst women, and you have all of these black men that are closeted, bi, down on the down low, having intercourse with these black women and they don't know, that's where it's coming from. So, I mean, you can say reckless and undisciplined, but it's also coming from men that are in denial about their sexuality. There are a lot of black men that are in denial about their sexuality. I see it every day here on this app. Men that hate women, despise women, talking about black women, this, that, and the third. Oh, but she's for recreational purposes only. I would sleep with her. I would do this, but I would never. I still despise them. Those are the type of men that are behind the scenes putting their penis in somebody's dookie shooter and then bringing that dookie shooter dick right to the woman and infecting her. That's what's going on. And I think that a lot of black men don't want to admit that, but that's what's happening. That's how y'all are getting HIV. Y'all are getting it because you're playing in people's back doors. And all of these things are easily researchable that you can look it up on your own and find out the riskiest way to have intercourse. That is what is happening. And I think that black women are a lot of times so desperate for black men, yearn so much for black men. Black women are brainwashed to center black men and to feel like that if they don't have a black man, they don't have nothing. And black men also push forth. That's the reason why every time I talk, a million black men come in my life. You got a man? Do you got a man? Do you got a husband? Where your husband at? And even though I do have a husband, but if I didn't, or any of the other women that come in my lives that don't have it, oh, you ain't nothing then. You ain't nobody. You ain't got it, man. And that right there, that mentality forces a lot of black women to make poor choices in partners because they don't want the smoke. They don't want to be looked down upon. They don't want to be looked at like they're unworthy or worthless. And so now you have women that are, the music has always told black women, the only thing you're good for is in between your legs. That's the only thing we want you for. That's the way to get a man on the hook. You got men wanting women to sleep with them for buying them a 4 for $4 at Wendy's or whatever the case may be. And now you have women that are so far gone that this is what their end game is. Getting infected by men or giving men that they know playing booty play a chance. And I wish that more black men would admit that. Yeah. So,
But my thing is like, if it's like, okay, if we're seeing if men have always, it's always been men with different sexualities and things like that. But if it's like an acceleration in cases and it's continuing to accelerate.
It's all G men have always led in HIV cases from the
Mhm.
inception of the disease. G men have always been the leaders in this disease.
Yeah.
It's never changed. It's never stopped. It's always been G men, period. And
Yeah.
I don't know. And with the addition of PrEP has helped some people, but black men, because of their lack of sexual discipline, I think black men are highly undisciplined, not just when it comes to smex, but you can see the way the black community is and the stats and how black men don't lead in anything positive over any races of men here in the United States, that their discipline is very low and very poor. So when we talk about this, it's like, we have to talk about it and figure out what's going on with black men and their behavior. But because I think it was up until like 2022, the lifetime risk for a G black man or a bi black man or a man that sleeps with men, his lifetime risk was 1 in 2. A 50% chance that he would get HIV in his life. Do you know how wild that is? How crazy that is? 50% chance. And right now, I think with the addition of PrEP, it's like 1 in 3 now. But that's still bad too.
I got you, but we talking about like the acceleration in the women's cases. Like we trying to see what's the where's the
The
acceleration coming from?
acceleration is
If the
that
men
a
have
lot of
always
men are
been
giving it
like
to them.
this,
A lot of women are giving it to them, and a lot more men are being comfortable in engaging with other men. That's the acceleration. Red Pill, Kevin Samuels, all of these red pill dudes advocating for the hatred of women. You got Fit from Fresh and Fit coming on podcasts talking about women's vaginas are ugly, women are inferior. He wouldn't live with his wife. He would rather live with a man, and whipping up all of these dudes that hate women, not knowing that he's trying to lead them down a road of liking other men so that he can get a taste of their butt crack. That's what's going on. That's the acceleration. More and more men are becoming so hateful to women and thinking that women have no worth or value that they're turning to the arms of other men, and now they're out here sucking dick and taking dick. That's actually, I'm sorry to put it that way, but that's the acceleration. More and more men are being open to sleeping with other men. Because it ain't no way you're going to tell me that you're a straight man and you hate women. You're a straight man and you're in company with other men that talk about how bad women are every day. So, and how great men are. Well, if men are so great and women are so bad, why you not fucking them? Why you not sucking their dick? That's the last step. Then you can go ahead and get with the winning team, right? So that's what's going on.
Can I say something real quick?
yeah. But I was gonna say,
Just
I
a
could,
second. I'll give him one more minute, y'all, because I did interject on him, and then I'll go down to you, MM.
okay, yeah. I was gonna say if the men was accelerating at the same rate, I could like kind of go, I could like lean more towards that point. But
They
if
are. They are. They lead. They literally lead.
been leading, but I'm saying that's always been the
G black
case.
men and bi black men are accelerating. It is getting worse. What are you talking about?
That's been the case for a long time now. We're talking about the acceleration in the with your posts, like the women.
That
Like
doesn't make any sense. It's not an acceleration, what you're saying, because black women are not the number one. Men are the number one. Black men are the number one, is what I'm saying. And
that's
you
been the
keep
case.
trying to
Okay.
say the acceleration. Black women aren't getting the disease spontaneously. It's not something that they just get. They have to get it from somebody. So regardless of what you're talking about, they're getting it from someone. And they're getting it from black men. So at the end of the day, you would still need to look at, when you talk about the acceleration, you would need to look at what are the behaviors in the people that black women are sleeping with. And I already told
Reckless.
you. Okay.
Reckless.
All right. I got you. You don't want to hear me. All right. Let me keep going. Go ahead, MM.
All right, so everything you were saying, yeah, I agree with. So yeah, you can search up the statistics. Literally, like, it's low to get HIV from a woman to a man. Like, you could just search that up. But just to say, ladies, like, I feel like we should always, when we get into a relationship, just get checked out. Like, have your partner get checked out as well as you get checked out, because it is so quick, I feel like, these days to get HIV. And I feel like a lot of people, especially in our community, that aren't, like, I guess, protecting themselves. I feel like unprotected sex is getting really popular, and I feel like it's always been that way.
And I think what we need to do more as a community is focus more on our health, as well as when we get into a relationship, have that discussion with our partner and be like, hey, I don't want to participate in anything physical until we both get checked out, because there is men out there that would hide these desires. And I feel like some of them would hate on women just to disguise how they actually feel about men and not actually pursue that. So they would just hate on women instead of actually going to what they want. And so therefore, that's why a lot of Black women will end up with HIV or AIDS. So that's just my take on it. I did agree with everything you were saying, but I really, really strongly advise that when you get into a relationship, go in that clinic, make sure you both get tested, because they could be lying to you. Like, they could be like, oh yeah, I tested for HIV and I'm safe from it. But no, like, go there with them, make sure like everything's good. And then if you want to participate in those acts, you can, but still, it's just, you never know at the end of the day.
All right. I got you. Yes, I mean, I definitely agree with what was saying about being tested. I definitely think that Black women should get tested. I think that if you are going to engage in a sexual relationship with a man, that y'all should go to the doctor together. You shouldn't rely on his paperwork, because there have been women that have come on TikTok and said that the men have falsified their paperwork. So you need to go and make sure that the doctor says it to you in front of you, his clear bill of health. And that means HIV, HSV, HPV, everything that he can be tested for, you should test. But in my opinion, if you are a single Black woman, you shouldn't be having intercourse at all in this day and age. I don't think that you should have intercourse until you're married, period, just for your own safety. And even though in marriage, he could also play with you and also infect you. I just told y'all a story about a woman that was married that was infected. But I'm just saying, if you are going to engage with men, which is already risky because of men's behavior, especially Black men and the lack of sexual discipline. But if you're going to do it, the best way to do it would be to abstain until you get married, period. Honestly. And make sure that you get checked regularly, even while being married. You know what I'm saying? And also, people give me flack when it comes to this, but I don't believe in giving a unlimited amount of trust to a man, period. So if you are in a relationship or you're married to a man and he's not willing to give you like his password, he's hiding. So, oh no, you can't look at my phone. I need my privacy. Well, how do you need your privacy when we're exchanging bodily fluids and you're inside me? I don't ascribe to that. I never have. Any man that will tell you no is a big red flag. He's got something to hide. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, so that's something else that you should think of. Always keep tabs. Always don't never say never. Oh, he would never. Oh, he would never. Oh, he would never. Because you don't know if he would never. So those are very important to think about.
Can we start bringing back like us wearing protection and stop having unprotected sex? And I feel like in this generation, it keeps on happening, and it's not even just with diseases, like unexpected like pregnancies and stuff like that. Like, I feel like we should just be taking care of our health and pushing that more forward. Like, stop, like, condoms are cheap.
Yeah. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that too, what said, because she's focusing on prevention. So definitely feel like that should also be happening. But to be honest with you, y'all already know that there are diseases that you can get even if you use protection. You can still get herpes. You can still get genital warts. You can still get a lot of things even if you use protection. So your best way of protection is to not do it at all. So yeah. So let me just keep going. Let me go up here to Supervillain and then Curve. Go ahead, Supervillain. Hey sis, how you doing?
Hey Trig, this is such a powerful live. I'm glad that we're having this discussion. By the way, this is something not you necessarily, but at least in the Black community, should be a weekly discussion here on TikTok. I just wanted to point out something. It sounded like the gentleman under me. I don't know if you were doing it on purpose or you were just like truly genuine, but when we were talking about the sexual behavior of I don't know if we can say homosexual or gay or bi men, it's not that they are homosexual, that's the issue, it's the behavior, right? Lesbian women have some of the lowest rates of HIV because they're not participating. I'm not saying all of them aren't, but in anal sex, that's not the majority way that they have sex. Gay men, bi men, that's how they have sex. So that's why their behavior is more risky. It's not that they're homosexual, it's just the in the manner of which they have smacks. And I think that's the point that he is missing. Also, transpire over to women who believe they are in a heterosexual normative relationship because of these men engage in the behavior, sexual behavior, or a lot of them don't wear condoms because if they wear condoms, they're admitting that they're having sex. That's a popular behavior in the DL community. If they don't have to take accountability, they're not really having smacks with a man. That's almost like in jail as well. Because there's no women around, engaging in smacks with another male is okay because there's no women around, but it's still risky behavior. So I don't know if if it was genuine, but I wanted to explain to him that, and I usually don't do that. Like, I don't care
Yeah.
if men don't understand
Mhm.
stuff. But it's not the fact that they are homosexual, it's the actual act, the penetration of the anal cavity, because that type of tissue is not for insert, like it's exit only. I'm
I
trying to
was
be as
thinking. No,
hold
I
on, I
got
didn't
you.
interrupt you.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm not done. I'm trying to make it as clean as I can for the live Trig. Like, that interest is exit only. That's why, like what you said, not that it doesn't happen, but it's a lot harder to get it from vaginal sex versus anal sex because the way the vaginal canal is designed, it's for entry and exit. The other exit is the other hole is for exit only. This is why I absolutely hate when we say things like Bucci cat or bussy. Like, those two things will never ever be exchangeable. They are completely different tissue, and I just want to throw that up there. Thank you,
Sorry,
Trey.
I just say it not to get flagged. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
say,
no, I know
you
what
know,
you mean when you say it. Trey,
I'm
I know
sorry.
what you mean.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to Honey in the comments. Honey is talking about somebody said what was phobic or something like that. Like, really, I really feel like women like Honey are really part of the problem. Really part of the problem because we're talking about black women. I'm not framing this in a support of G men, bi men, straight men, whoever men. I'm talking about protecting black women, period. Black women and black girls. You want to come over here and talk about phobia because you're a big bald-headed goofy, and I really don't like black women like you. Y'all are part of the problem. Y'all the reason why black women are taken advantage of. Y'all the reason why black women are violated, disrespected in the community. You're probably one of those people that believe that straight men are violent and aren't safe, but G men who are just like straight men are not safe. That's also part of some type of phobia. You know what I'm saying? Like, please get your big bucket head out of my life because nobody said anything that was phobic. What everybody said was actually factually true. You may not like it, and I think a lot of people that have your thought process don't like to hear the truth. Everything the supervillain said was the truth. It is an exit only, but people use it for something else. But it is biologically only meant for an exit factor, which is why a lot of G men end up having to have that have been long-term GAY, anal reconstructive surgeries and things like that. They can't hold their bowels anymore and a lot of other things because it's not supposed to be used in that way on a regular basis or at all. That's a fact, baby. It's a fact that G men and bi men lead in HIV cases. That's a fact as well. It's a fact if you add another factor to it that black men lead in it. Black men, men that sleep with men lead in these cases. That's a fact too. I don't know what it is that people triggered you with the truth. I don't have to watch my mouth when it comes to speaking on them. Don't nobody watch their mouth when it comes to speaking on black women. They don't watch their mouth at all. But you want to come and bring your big bald headed behind in here and talk about how I need to watch my mouth or supervillain needs to watch her mouth to protect the demographic of men that wouldn't spit on you collectively if you were on fire. We'll watch you get the brakes beat off of you or would do the beating. Are you okay? You're not deep. You're not progressive. You're not liberal. You're just a dummy. You're just a dummy. You're just an idiot. And I really, really despise black women like you because you are part of the problem. You allow us to be taken advantage of. You allow us to be violated. You are an enemy to black women. You're no friend. You're no friend. So I don't even know why you clicked on this live. Exit and go somewhere else because you are an enemy. I look at you just like I look at them white tea people. Okay? Goodbye. And somebody said, how are you speaking for us? I don't know how I'm speaking, but I know I'm about to block you too. Goodbye. And let me
Triggered,
go
may I
up here and
say
find her.
something
Yeah, go
really
ahead, because
quickly?
I'm about to just block her. Let me find her.
Of course, no problem. So I'll say this. Number one, and you brought it up, it's very male centered because I specifically said that lesbian women have this like these rates the least. Lesbian women are part of the LGBTQ community. So when I brought that up, how was I being phobic if I'm saying the behavior of these men who are homosexual is risky? I mentioned lesbian women; they are also part of LGBTQ, and didn't say anything about that.
You know why super
Of
villain,
course,
because
they're
you
male
just
centered.
male centered. That's exactly what it is. That's
And
exactly what it is.
and I wanted to end by saying, which is pretty funny, that my views are not the same as triggered views. Like this is coming from supervillain. I will take the phobic label. I'm fine with that if that is what I have to do to tell the information to save black women. Also, I don't like these niggas. So straight, bi, gay, identity crisis. I'm gonna be phobic because it's all men for me. I don't like them, so I'm absolutely fine with that. That's neither here or there to me. It's of no consequence. I just want to say that and separate myself from Triggered because Triggered is doing it genuinely. I don't mess with y'all niggas, so I don't care if y'all think I'm phobic. I'm sorry.
I just want to say that when I was talking to the woman in the comments, like she reported the live, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Though that's an enemy to women, because regardless on whether you like what I'm saying or not, why wouldn't you want a live to be up that's helping to educate black women about their risk factors and possibly protect or save another black woman's life? You want it to be gone because I didn't speak to men the way you feel like I should. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. Like these women, those type of women can never be trusted. They are not your friend. Like those are literal enemies. They're just as dangerous as the men that y'all swear are so bad. They're part of the problem. All right, let me go up here to Curve. Go ahead, Curve.
Hello. Yes, I do want to speak on this because it is true. Men in general, they are liars, and the number one thing they lie about is the smecks. And BLK women been dealing with this issue since the 90s, and it is the BLK men that is secretly sleeping with each other or other men in different cultures and different races and bringing it back to their fiancés, their wives, their girlfriends, and they don't care because they're going to find a way to blame the BLK woman. I personally feel like the most homophobic person is the BLK men, not the women, because women have opened a door for men to be open about their what they choose to do in the bedroom. They befriend rainbow men. They have done so much. They let them do their hair, all of that. They listen to them. They also have put themselves on the line to tell download men that they can come out. I think at this day and age, it's these men desire to sleep with other men, and that's what they want to do, but they want the labor and the work of the woman because they know another man would never be able to fulfill the roles of a woman. So he wants you to do that part, but he wants to secretly sleep with men. He desires to sleep with men. Most of these men have this desire because their father wasn't there, so they glorify men and they look down on women because they look at women as a labor option and nothing else. So I do think women, it's important for you to make sure you protect yourself. If he's not using protection with you, don't sleep with him. Always get tested. Make sure that person that you sleeping with that's unprotected is getting tested as well. And don't bend on it because it's your life. And if he does give you something, he's going to walk away and move on to somebody else to make a victim. So no, I would never say center a man. That would be your biggest downfall, is making a man the center of your life. Because while you centering him, he's centering himself. Nobody is centering you.
All right. I got you, Curve. I think Curve made an excellent point where she talks about the fact that the men, the G men, the bi men, the men that sleep with men, they hate women. They love men sexually and also emotionally, but they want to use the black woman as an object of labor to get her to mammy and mule because they know by nature men are not like that. The man is not going to make the house into a home. That's not what men do. Men is not going to go in there. I'm not trying to put gender roles on people, but generally speaking, women tend to be cleaner and things like that. So the man's not going to be in there cleaning the baseboards. You know what I'm saying? Finding a bedroom suit, folding up the clothes, putting everything together. For the most part, they know that they can get that out of a woman. So they can get the woman to be the glorified housekeeper, and all they have to do is slide her some penis every now and again and treat her poorly and act like he doesn't even like her. And then when they really want to have some fun, or they really want to enjoy themselves, then they can go and be with the men that they desire. And that is why I always feel like you should always look at men that really seem to be connected to other men. Like, you know, men will be like, oh yeah, I have my best time with my boys. I got to hang out with my boys. He hanging out with his male friends 3, 4, 5 times a week. That's probably a man that loves other men, because if you really loved women in the presence of women, why are you around other hard legs all the time? Huh? Because I know my husband don't even like to be around other dudes. He'd be like, what would I want to be around some dudes for? I don't think so. That is something that you should definitely put into play. A man that is just super duper always want to be with other men, always want to be up under men, always wanted to kick it. That's a man you need to watch. Okay? Because if he really loved women as people and not as objects and not as like I think Bourbon Bougie used to say, wife appliances, then he would want to be in the presence of a woman or women. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, she made a great point about that, because that's so true. I sat there and watched a white woman cry on TikTok about her husband that she had been with for 15 years and found out he told her he was leaving her for a man. And she said that she was doing everything, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. And she said that finally when she asked him why, he told her, because I was not going to be able to get what I needed from a man. I wasn't going to be able to get a mother for my children. I wasn't going to be able to get the life that I have right now. But now I'm at a position to where I can go ahead and separate. Crazy. First of all, I would have probably been in the lockup, but that's just me. But yeah, like I mean, truthfully, these things are happening not just to black women either. Just want y'all to know that it's happening to women all over. And I think a lot of it, just like what is his name? Jeekla was saying, like, the acceleration is the accelerated hatred of women. How men can publicly just be so violent and abusive to women online. And it's spreading. Incels, it's like, I don't know if y'all ever seen Falling with Denzel Washington. It's like that. It's like the incels are like the demon from Fallen. They touch another man and now he's also an incel and a woman hater. And they just going around virtually touching everybody on social media and also in real life. And that's exactly why there are so many men that are like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try, getting my back broken. And a man's prostate is in his, and so the next thing he's loving that. Loving getting that prostate massaged. And now you have a DL man that can't come to grips with his sexuality. Jordan says define incel. You. Because anytime somebody asks me to define it, it means you. 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 Okay, so anyway, like I said before, you guys, I didn't plan on this being like a super long live. I'm gonna let everybody else speak again before I get out of here. But I just want black women to really protect themselves, because it's really sad to see black women out here being infected with something that they can't get rid of by someone else's choices. Do you know how terrible that is for you to get a lifelong disease and you didn't even make the choice to get infected? They did. That's crazy. That's sad. That's so insane. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, okay. That guy left. I just want y'all to know that guy left. I did not drop him. He left on his own. All right. So let me go down here at the bottom. Go ahead, Hugh.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I know, like, using culture can kind of be seen as using as like an excuse, but I will say it does play a factor in it, and I think it's, starting from childhood, how black women, little girls are kind of played down and kind of played up as grown-ups, if that makes sense. Like the rhetoric of, oh, she's fast, oh, well, she wanted that, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Childhood abuse, specs abuse, So I do think that is a real factor. Not to say there aren't other things. I will say the 304 culture, not only just Cardi B, but what was the City Girls or whatever, that does play a factor, and it just makes me really sad. So yeah.
All right. Okay. I don't know. I just feel like never mind. I'm just gonna keep going because let me just keep going. Go ahead, MM.
All right. Yeah, basically just to add on about what I was saying earlier, you can easily like those who are getting mad, you can easily just search up this information. It's not that hard. Like it's all statistics. This has all been proven already. But I do think that we do well specifically those that are in the LGBTQ plus community, specifically, gay men and bi men. I think what they lack a little bit of self-control because you can have like these sexual urges and still like be clean. So I just think it's a self-control thing, and just in general, like when it comes to relationships, like self-control. But yeah, I just think we should all just worry about getting tested and protecting ourselves, especially for Black women in the community, because you never know. Like the rates are so high, it's scary. Like that's why I just always advocate for safe sex and just waiting till marriage because it's just so scary. And you wouldn't want to be left with a lifetime disease. Like that will be with you for the rest of your life. Like, and I don't think people think about it in that sense because it will never go away. Like it will never go away. So
All right, I got you. MM. All right, let me go up here next to Miss Supervillain.
Yes, thank you, Trig. I want to say that I'm a woman who has been celibate for the past 15 years, and I get bi-yearly blood tests, including STD, HIV. So I'm someone who doesn't even participate in risky behavior, and I get tested. So if you are participating, getting tested is very important and doing it often. I would say at least 3 to 4 times a year is very important. The test isn't the scary thing. Like people been saying they get scared to test. If you can be out here in the wild, like I can't even sit on somebody's toilet seat that I know in their home. If you can be out here in the wild, testing should be the last thing that you're afraid of. This is not coming from a judgmental standpoint. This is just for health based purposes strictly. I also want to say and remind women that are in relationship, married or not, um, you tend to have the behavior of having unprotected sex because we believe we're in a monogamous relationship. You might be you're not with your partner 100% of the time. So I can't really tell married women to use protection, but I think all women, period, not single, even asexual, those who are celibate, I think testing is very important no matter what the behavior is. Thank you, Trick, for this conversation. I think this should be an ongoing one in the community, at least on a weekly basis. So y'all just take care of yourself, get tested, and I yield there. Thank you.
All right, I got you, Supervillain. All right, it's good to hear from you, sis. Let me go lastly to Curve. Go ahead, Curve.
Yes, I also to the women that are active, and I do say you can go to the council clinic. That is not just for what they promote it for. You can get tested there. They have classes there. You can also get some protection there as well. Also, another place that if you go to even I believe Sam Club and Sam's Club, and I can't think of the other place, but even the Plan B pill is like $6 for their generics. I just want to just throw things out there that can help women. Also, just carry your own protection. Do not be alone in people house with a man by yourself. unless you know that's something you want to do. And if you do want to do that, carry your own protection. Make sure you see him put it on before y'all turn the lights off. Make sure you see him take it off. These are just to protect yourself. Also, make sure you do go and do your yearly or every 6 months being tested, because I do believe the safest way is waiting. But of course, to be realistic, that's not everybody's situation and they don't desire that. So make sure you make the right decisions for yourself. Do not leave your life in the hands of a man. Do not do that. You are your own protector. So start that way and end that way. So I stand right there.
All right, all right. I got
Costco's,
you. I
that's
got
the
you.
other place, Costco's. I'm sorry, that you could get the $6 Plan B.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. I got you, Curve. Appreciate you too, sis. I think all of the ladies made great points. All of them had great perspectives and stuff like that. And well, it was one lady that I slightly disagree with, but I think y'all know who that was. And so I don't have to say it. But anywho, my points that I just want to make in here is that Black women, we are grossly unprotected. No one cares about what happens to us but us, and we need to have these regular conversations. As sleeping with the man is not going to secure him. Sleeping with a man is not going to get him to love you. Sleeping with him is not going to get him his attention. None of that. All it is going to get you used and abused. So realize that sex is not a weapon that you can use to make a man do what he wants to do, because men don't even have the same thoughts about sex that women do. That's number one. Number two, your life is all you got. You got one body, one life, one chance, one shot. That's it. Why would you want to play with it for some smecks? Why? So in my opinion, I understand that not everybody is going to do that. I understand that not everybody is going to do it, but your best bet is to stay abstinent, period. Not to have smecks with anybody except your husband. And not to mention that even if you're having smecks with your husband, it's women that have been infected by them as well. So if you think that you can get infected by your husband, what do you think a boyfriend or some random dude is going to do? That's all I'm saying. So make sure that you protect yourself at all time. Now, I heard people are using PrEP now at this time or whatever as a preventative measure, but I did hear about some issues with like kidney function and stuff like that. So if you can abstain completely, that would be your best bet, in my opinion. But if you do decide to engage with somebody sexually, make sure you go with them to the doctor's office or to the clinic. Do not rely on that man's paperwork. Do not rely on that man's word. I don't care how convincing he is. I don't care what he said. What you need to do is make sure that you see it with your own eyes, because the doctor told you to your face. If he cannot do that, do not do it. Okay? You know what? I remember one time I was dating this dude. This was a long time ago when I was dating. I told this guy, I said, yeah, if I was ever going to get with a guy, because he was saying he really liked me and all of this other stuff, he want to be his girlfriend and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, if I was ever going to like even get in a relationship with somebody, like we would have to go to the clinic together and get tested together for everything, full panel, full workup. I have to be there to hear your results. You could be there to hear my results. Do you know that man ghosted me after I said that? Ghosted me, okay? And that should let you know that was a protection, because ain't no telling what that man had going on. And it's not like, he looked crazy. Like he was like a general manager or something like that at this like big shipping company. He had several cars, he had a nice home, all of that. And that's the type of time he was on. And I was like, yeah, okay. Okay. But so make sure that you do that. And, understand that a lot of men, and there's another thing that you can look at, because this is for the women that may wait till they get married. Like I said before, a lot of Black women are being infected by G men, bi men, DL men. Be careful. Make sure that you look for the signs of a possible G, DL, or bi man. If he seems to have like a really harsh disdain for women, if he seems to come alive when he's around a whole bunch of hard legs, if the only time you ever see him really enjoy himself and let his hair down is when he's with a whole bunch of other men, yeah, that should tell you everything that you need to know. So be careful, ladies. Protect yourself, ladies. And at the end of the day, like I said before, don't trust these men. Even if you're married, even if you're in a relationship, I really do feel like you should have access to his things. If he's telling you like, oh, you can't have my password because I need my privacy, okay, that's a red flag in my opinion. Now, other people might tell me that that's unhealthy, but I don't think so. I'm gonna have access to your phone. I'm gonna have access to your location. I'm gonna have access to passwords to all of your things. That's just me, and that's a non-negotiable. Because if I ever feel some type of way, I'm gonna need to go ahead and do an investigation. Okay, but that's just me. That's just me. I've always been like that. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. So just protect yourself, ladies. I love you, black woman. I do. I will always protect y'all. I will always center y'all. I will always fight for y'all. I'm never going to let nobody come up here and talk crazy and reckless about black women or about us. It's never going to happen. Ever. And just like that other weird lady that was up here that was talking about some men, I don't care about the men. You care about the men. I don't care about the men. This live isn't about the men. Where did I put up on here? Men. Why didn't I put it up there? I could have easily said, why do black women and men? I didn't because I don't care. I don't care. Sorry, not sorry. All I care about is black women and black girls. I don't know how many times I have to say it, with a hyper focus on monoracial black women and black girls. Of course, biracial women are welcome, but my focus is on monoracial black women and black girls. And it's really just that simple. I don't know what else to say, man. But it's always going to be black women all day, every day, 24/7. So I hope you guys have a great rest of y'all week. I love y'all. You're the best. And we going to get through this. We're going to be able to lower these cases. All we got to do is keep on talking about it, keep on educating, keep on telling, women the right choices to make, and eventually things will work. We already see the birth rate is lowering and reducing. You know what I'm saying? Because black women are listening. Miss Get 'em Girl, you said, am I coming on later today? I don't know. Maybe not, sis. I'm not for sure yet. But all right, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Bye-bye. And a special shout out to Supervillain for coming on. I appreciate all the ladies, but thanks so much for Supervillain coming on. All right, bye-bye.